double-digit leads and you've let them slip a little bit. But is it concerning maybe that, against a team that's missing a lot of people? And I know that you guys are going to say that, you have to be ready to play against anyone and it's the NBA, but to be down that much at the start of the game and to kind of have to fight through one?
No, I don't think it's disturbing. I think, first off, I know, like you said I was going to say, but I'm going to say it anyway. Like, I know they're missing Luka, but, Jalen Brunson, is a hell of a player. Frank Ntilikina was a hell of a defender. Kristaps is Kristaps, so they got guys, they got chemistry, they got flow, and they were executing really well. And they capitalized on us not executing, so the biggest thing is how you respond, so it's one thing to sit here and say, man, it keeps happening, but how are we responding? I think is the biggest thing for us to pull out a win. Last year, I don't know if we, pull this one out, the way we did. That's the sign of growth and continuing to grow as a team. And it's not always going to be pretty, man. It's not going to be, sunshines and rainbows. You would think, with guys out, typically everybody's like, oh, they're going to come out and we're going to come out and do what we do. But at the end of the day, those sometimes are the tougher games, to be honest, because you don't really know what's going to happen. When Luka's out there, you kind of know where it's going, and it happens, like that. But you got to give credit where credit is due to them. They executed the game plan, and but at the end of the day, we were able to do what we do and continue to fight and continue to plug away. And I think that's what we're most focused on.
How you guys deal with some of the dynamic guys that you see? Like you saw, Jalen Brunson, who's dynamic at the point of attack tonight. You're going to see, DeJounte and Derek and Keldon on Monday. You're going to see Dame on Wednesday. And then you're going to see Steph next week. I mean, so, what do you say to the fact that allows you guys to work on a lot of this stuff that you want to work on it, and how do you deal with seeing all those guys consecutively?
Yeah, I think it's I can equate that to the road trip we just had before. When I told y'all, it's a big road trip for us, just kind of see where we at. And this is the same thing, kind of just seeing where we at as a group. You have, tonight, you got Jalen Brunson attacking in the mid-range. You got Kristaps posting up. That's the game plan there. You got tomorrow, moving the ball, keeping our man in front, against the Spurs. Then you got Dame, who's the point of attack. The next game, then you come back. I think it's Minnesota again, and then we got Steph. So there's different game plans, but at the end of the day, we got to go out there and execute it. And I think that's what we, I think for us, just building game by game, and understanding that, each game calls for different schemes, calls for different things, but the consistent thing is we got to defend and we got to lock in. And I think we ended up doing that throughout the course of the game. It's like I said, it's not going to be pretty. It's going to be rough, but continuing to do that against, this upcoming trip. And then when we come back and staying locked in, it's not going to be easy, but, I think we're looking forward to it.
Donovan, I think when you sat down, you looked at the box score and said, yikes. I'm curious what you were looking at.
Minus 18, Andy. Unacceptable. That's kind of where I'm looking at it, and sometimes the plus minus is skewed. Sometimes it's, it is what it is, but, minus 18. Bojan even said it to me as well. We could be better as a group, and I think that's really where it's at. Never settling and always trying to find ways to get better. I think tonight, the minus 18 can be brought up. Maybe it's defensively, maybe it's offensively, however it is. I'll go back and look at it and figure it out, but that's where the yikes came from.
And then I want to ask, you sat for a minute or went to the locker room with a back issue of some sort. Kind of what happened there?
Yeah, when I threw the pass to Mike, it just, I don't really know how to describe the feeling, but it's just like when you can't move, you have to kind of stand straight up. But I got worked on and, I dunked right after that, so I was all right. He's frozen. Nope, he's not frozen.
It seemed like you had a little bit of extra emotion, especially at the end of the game. You threw the ball up, even hit the scoreboard. What was part of that?
Man, it's Christmas. It's a Christmas game, man. Like, I said it in the post-game interview, man. Like this, I grew up watching these games from 12 to 12. Just wanting to be here in this position. I know how I feel about being in the NBA. I've said it many times in interviews. But to play on Christmas, it's special. It means, one, we're doing something right as a group, as a team, but as well, it's just an honor, man. It's like the biggest holiday in sports for us. And, to be able to play on that day, it's extra emotion, extra drive. And, I think Ryan asked me the other day, is it different, when guys are out or whatever? Like, no, man, it's playing on Christmas. My mom's birthday's tomorrow. Got your family in town. Like, this is what you ask for. When you're a kid, it's one step shot from the playoffs. I mean, everybody's excited. Everybody's locked in on your game. There's only 5 of them, and watching the games leading up, watching guys compete. It's honestly, man, it's truly a blessing, and I'm having fun. I think that's the biggest thing. Having fun with something that I've wanted to do as a kid. So to be out there playing on Christmas, I think that's where that drive and passion comes from, and just having a great time doing the game I love on a day like today.
Kind of piggybacking off that a little bit, what does it mean to hear the MVP chants coming from the fans on Christmas Day in a game that means that much to you?
Yeah, I missed the free throw, man. That can't happen. If I want to be there, it can't happen, right? Nah, but like I said, man, it's truly a blessing to be able to just have that chant in general. It's not no secret. I'm not going to say like I don't hear it. It's obvious, but it's the biggest thing is just continuing to find ways to win throughout the team, and my teammates trust me. My coaches trust me. I go out there and try and do what I do on a nightly basis. But on a night like tonight, you hear that, I'm doing my thing. It's something as a kid, I wouldn't have dreamed of, so it's truly, like I said, very appreciative of playing on this day, as you guys can kind of tell, because this is truly special for me. And just to have that happen, I think it's incredible. So I'm thankful, and yeah, Merry Christmas to you all. So thank you.
All right, thank you guys.